Are you ready to take your hustle to the next level, but experiencing a plateau in your journey to success? Are you an entrepreneur at heart, to the point that giving up is not an option? Ready to work for yourself and benefit 100% for your time and energy? Then think like an entrepreneur. Allow your sweat to be your equity. Home in on your talent and build your brand. Capitalize on what sets you apart from the competition. Learn the different legal entities and how to choose which is right for you. Book a free consultation today. Call 844-383-4199. Ask about our accounting services. Establish corporate credit in 12 steps. Learn to make purchases using business credit without signing a personal guarantee. Employee-employer dynamics, organizational skills, finding self-motivation and inspiration. Order How to Turn a Hustle into a Business today. Available now on Amazon.com. Click the link below.
This is Audible.
Gildan Media presents Your Coach in a Box, affordable, life-changing audio programs.
FU Money. Make as much money as you damn well want and live your life as you damn well please. Written and read by Dan Loc. Warning: this book is not for the faint of heart or for people who are desperate to be liked. Introduction. You have never listened to a program like mine. I'm going to make some assumptions here. You're listening to this program because you know where you want to be financially, but you're not there yet. You are sick and tired of your job, you're frustrated with your financial situations, or you don't have enough cash flowing into your business for you to retire or to make you rich. One thing I'm sure is that you're listening to this program because you want more. More money, more stuff, more satisfaction, more time, more happiness, more sex, more fun, more love, more pleasure, more of something. And that's fucking awesome. Life is all about wanting more and making more. That's the reality of things. And there's not a damn thing wrong with it. So I'm working on the assumption that you want more and you don't feel guilty about it. If you do feel guilty about it, realize that your guilt is part of the problem. It's a big reason that you don't have more. Get over it. If you go to the business section of bookstores and libraries, the shelves are packed with all kinds of business and success books, endless rows of personal development and self-help books. Most of these books are complete waste of your time and money. The first set of books is the touchy-feely, new age, prosperity type stuff in the self-help section. The thing is, if you were to actually meet and get to know these so-called prosperity gurus in person, you would find out they have no money. They are poor. They don't have a pot to piss in or window to throw it out of. So how the hell can they teach you about prosperity when they have no prosperity themselves? Now, you might say, but Dan, they are rich spiritually. Yeah, right. That's nothing more than a lame-ass excuse for the prosperity gurus to justify their lack of wealth. To me, true prosperity means being rich in all areas of your life. That includes your home, love life, family, health, friends, fun, and yes, money. Lots of money. The second set of books is the motivational psychobabble. These Looney Tunes tell you that if you do daily affirmations, think positively enough, and if you meditate and visualize and lock yourself in a room with purple candles and some hippie-smelling incense, that somehow money will fall into your lap. These motivational gurus tell you that if you feel good about yourself, you'll make money. I say if you make a lot of money, then you feel pretty damn good about yourself. The third set of books is the business books written by authors who have no real-world experience whatsoever. I particularly can't stand these posers. These are the business school professors and paper gurus who pose as business experts, yet have never even started a business in their entire miserable lives. While their theories might sound good, they're of no help at all because the authors have never been in the trenches. They don't know what it's like to miss a payroll. They don't know what it's like to sell their car, mortgage their house, and live on rice and beans to keep their business alive. And yet here they are doing research and feeding you all these nonsensical data and making it all so complicated that in the end you're so confused that you never implement a damn thing. Then you have the fourth group of books that attempt to walk you through the step-by-step mechanics of starting and growing and ultimately selling a business. Stuff like raising capital, marketing, selling, management, leadership, those type of books. And some are great and some are not so good and some are downright dangerous. But none of these books would tell you how to prepare your mind and adjust your perspective for making your FU money. Lastly, you have the financial books. Work hard, save money, live below your means. Invest in mutual funds. Let compound interest work its magic. And then one day, you'll be able to retire in comfort, not even rich, if you're lucky. Of course, that is if you have the self-discipline to put away the money, not blow everything you make at the end of every month, and get a high return of your investments for a long period of time. I don't know about you, but I think the idea of working your entire life as hard as you can, usually at a job that you hate so you can retire and enjoy life, is ludicrous. Why wait until you're old and gray to retire? Why wait until retirement to start enjoying your life? Why not do it now? By the way, do you know who most of these financial experts and authors work for? The mutual fund companies. Why do you think these mutual fund companies advertise their retirement plans like crazy? Because they have your best interest at heart, or because they make an obscene fortune in fees? I think you already know the answer. There are a group of books written by people who have achieved a high level of success in business, such as the autobiographies of Richard Branson, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, etc., etc. I love those books. You learn from the successes and failures of people who have been there and done that. Those are the books you should read. I came to North America years ago with no money, no connections, and not a word of the English language on my lips. In fact, I still speak with a thick accent. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I started from scratch and made lots and lots of mistakes. I've been screwed over by many people. I've worked for minimum wage in a supermarket as a grocery bagger. I've been up and down multiple times, at one point $150,000 in debt, and yet I made it all back. I became a self-made multi-millionaire not because I inherited it when my rich uncle died or somebody gave it to me, but because I made it from scratch with my sweat and tears through the cutthroat world of business. I can retire today if I want to. If I want to hop on a plane tomorrow and go spend a month at a resort in Caribbean, I can do it, and I have done it. I'm free to do what I want, when I want, where I want, with whomever I want, for as long as I want, without having to worry about money. And yes, I can say fuck you to anyone that I don't like anywhere without consequence because I have made my FU money. Now, in case you didn't notice, the language in this program is not politically correct. I'm not politically correct. This program is definitely not for the easily offended or the faint of heart. In other words, I didn't take the time to edit out all the shits and fucks and other offensive terms. I will record it the way I talk. No bullshit, no fluff, and no sugarcoating. And I think the bad language adds a little bit of spice to some of these messages and makes them easier to digest. Now, I know the title FU Money alone will offend a lot of people. However, I believe I'm only as effective to the degree I'm willing to offend. It's better to be hated than ignored. During my business career, I've always had critics and people who don't like me. So before we dive in, I want to make 3 things perfectly clear. Number 1, I didn't invent the ideas or strategies. I simply spell them out in a program. Nothing in this program is original. Anything that I've been able to accomplish today has been a direct result of what others have taught me, supported me through, and even challenged me to do so. I think originality is highly overrated. You can always tell the pioneers because they are the ones laying in the sand with arrows in their backs. In fact, most of my fortunes are made by altering existing ideas, not creating something new. Number 2, you won't find all the answers in this program. You'll find some of the answers, but not all of them. The purpose of this program is not to teach you everything there's to know about making your FU money. My goal is to expand your horizons, shift your paradigms, and open your mind to a whole new world of opportunity. As Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr. said, man's mind stretched to a new idea never goes back to its original dimensions. This audio program is also not a magic pill or silver bullet for the people who are simply wishing and dreaming that money will suddenly manifest itself into their lives. If you believe in that shit, then you shouldn't even be listening to this program anyway. This program is for serious people who are dedicated to building a business that can give them freedom and prosperity beyond their wildest dreams. But in order to do so, work is involved. Number 3, I'm not asking you to agree with me. In fact, it's perfectly okay to disagree with me. I couldn't care less. There are many ways to be right. What I'm going to share with you are the ways that have proven to be right for me. That doesn't make them right or wrong. It just makes it my experience. And that's the only place I can come from, my experience. So, take my suggestions, cafeteria style if you want. Take 1 or 2 ideas and try them out. If they work for you, great, keep them. If they don't work for you, kick them to the curb, no hard feelings whatsoever. I don't know the surefire way to success, but I sure as hell know the surefire way to failure, and that is to try to please everybody. I got rich and happy by not giving a damn what people think. I don't try to please everyone at this point in my life, because I have made my FU money. So fuck the critics. Those who can't do, criticize. It's easier to sit back and criticize the people who are actually doing something. Here's my message to the critics. If you're so damn smart, why aren't you rich? If you have no critics, you likely have no success. Anyone in the world who is making an impact will be criticized, period. I guarantee that when you start going after your dream and working towards your FU money, you will encounter criticism. So you might as well develop an alligator skin and get used to it. The key is not to internalize it. Don't take it personally. Critics are losers, so who cares? Just because you exist in the world, somebody somewhere will be offended. Those people are not going to give you money or have anything to do with you anyway. So who gives a shit what they think? This program is about making you a lot of money, about making you believe in yourself like you have never before, about forcing you to take massive action to do whatever the hell it takes to make your FU money. This is not some touchy-feely, happy-slappy, feel-good program. As you can already tell, I'm not here for you to like me. If you want a friend, buy a dog. I'm here to show you how to think differently. I'm here to change the way you think about business and about making a lot of money. I'm here to make you grow. I'm here to challenge you. I'm here to give you a dose of reality. There's just no other way. My job is not to make you like me. My job is to get you off your butt to do something. And I don't care if I have to slap, kick, punch, or drag you to the finish line. That's what I'm prepared to do. I will make you feel uncomfortable. I will make you feel uneasy. I will be in your face. I'm here to tell you what you don't want to hear, but need to hear. You might be put off by my brutal honesty, but you just have to realize that it's just tough love. One last thing. As you go through this program, ask yourself 2 questions. How does this apply to me? And how do I take direct action? To get the maximum value and results from this program, use the FU Money assignments throughout different chapters to write down your notes and answers as you go. Don't just listen to this program. Use this program. Grab a pen, a highlighter, take notes, make a mess of it, whatever you want to do, make a to-do list, just as long as you use the damn thing. Are you ready? Very good. Let's get started. Part 1. The FU Money Lifestyle. Chapter 1. What the hell is FU Money? FU Money is the enough is enough number when you get to a point where you don't have to take shit from anybody, when you make enough money that you're able to say fuck you to anyone, anywhere, including your boss, without consequence. FU Money means different things for different people. It's a metaphor for freedom. Freedom from financial worries that rich people experience. Freedom from stress and debt. Freedom from a daily office routine. When you have FU Money, you have complete, total freedom to live your life the way you want to live it, doing the things that you've always wanted to do. FU Money gives you the freedom to choose when and how often you spend quality time with family and friends. It means you can buy things without looking at the price tag. You can contribute money for whatever good cause that's close to your heart. If you want to hand some poor person on the street $100, you can do so without any money worries. When you have FU Money, you can buy the vacation home in the mountain or at the beach. You can improve your house and decorate it. You can drive the dream car you've always wanted to own. You could buy the house you've always wanted to live in. No more sleepless nights worrying about money. When you make your FU Money, you never again have to worry about the future of your family. You can provide your kids or grandkids anything they want. No alarm clock assaulting you in the morning. You can wake up whenever you want and do whatever you want. You can just put do nothing on the to-do list. You can go skiing, golfing, hiking, surfing, biking, whatever you feel like. FU Money means you can travel the world, learn new languages, and meet interesting people. If you want to hop on a plane tomorrow and spend a month at a resort in Hawaii, guess what? You can do it. And when you travel, you can fly first class instead of coach. Or, if you're like me, once you have made your FU Money, you can dedicate your life to helping other people make their FU Money as well. You can mentor others and find ways to make a positive difference. You can choose your work based on what you like to do and what really contributes to other people's lives, not on how much it pays. FU Money allows you to hire a housekeeper and get rid of housework so you can focus your talents where you can be productive and live your passions. You can hire a personal chef if you don't like to cook. You can write the book you've always wanted to write. You can produce the music you've always wanted to produce. Bottom line is this: life is pretty fucking awesome when you have your FU Money. Now, for some people, it might be millions and millions of dollars. For others, it might not be anywhere near that much. However you define it, it's about having so damn much money you don't need any more, where you could easily and gratefully give it away and still have plenty left over. It's about living your life on your own terms, according to your possibilities, not your limitations. Now, why is FU Money important? Well, put it this way. If you don't make your FU Money, you're permanently a slave. It's not a question of how much money you make. It goes beyond that. FU Money is the point of true liberation. Because if you don't know your FU Money amount, you could be making $1 million a year, yet still being stuck in a behavioral pattern as if you have no wealth. Money is a mirror. An examination of your money and the way you use money is a way of understanding yourself in the same way that a mirror provides a way of seeing yourself. Michael Phillips. At the very beginning of my business career, I became obsessed with money. Since I made the decision early on that I was going to become rich, I pursued money like nothing else mattered. As a result, I sacrificed a balance in my family life and fell into a very common trap. When I first started and didn't have a lot of money, my goal was something like, if I could just make $50,000 a year. Wow, that would be awesome. And then when I hit $50,000 a year, I would think to myself and even pray, just let me, God, please, just let me double that. If I could make $100,000 a year, I wouldn't ask for more. And when I got to $100,000, I would say to myself, well, if I could just get to 200,000 and then 500,000 and then 1 million and then 2 million and then 4 million, it's never enough. it's interesting to see how quickly we adapt our spending habits to our increased income. The trap was this: thinking that although what I had was good, it was never quite enough. That's the danger of pursuing money. The process itself becomes addictive. And if you're not careful, you will get fixated on the money, the numbers, the dollar signs. The more you have, the more you think you need. If you put a group of millionaires in a room and ask them, how many of you need more money? Every single hand would go up. Even if you ask the same question with billionaires, everybody's hand would go up. They might say, well, even though I have enough money, I'm pursuing more because I'm just keeping score. Well, that's just an excuse. In fact, it's the same excuse I used to make. But when does it end? When is enough really enough? Who would ever want the words, I wish I had worked more, engraved on their tombstone? By knowing your FU money amount and understanding your target market and your ideal lifestyle, you'll be able to avoid this mistake. You'll be able to accomplish what you want to accomplish and achieve the ultimate freedom. And that's what this audio program is all about. To make as much money as you damn well want, then live your life, not anyone else's version of your life, as you damn well please. FU money is truly the point of true liberation. FU money is also a state of mind, a way of thinking, a belief, and most importantly, it's a way of living. It's when you get to the point that you're truly free. Most people rarely do what they really want to do. That's why people go to work in jobs every day that they hate. That's why they stay with spouses they don't love anymore. That's why they go to places they don't want to go. Just think of how your life will be if you don't have FU money. You say to yourself, when you are ready to leave planet Earth, I wish I could have. I wish I would have. Instead, why not just say what William Hung said on American Idol? I already gave my best, and I have no regrets at all. Think about it. Why not enjoy life now? When you have money pressures, you think about money all the time. You think, how do I pay the bills and how do I pay for my kids' education? When you don't have enough money, you're forced to say no to opportunities with friends when they say, hey, let's go on vacation together. You say no because you can't afford it, or you have to work. You say no to charities because you don't have enough to give. When I was broke, I wanted to give to the Children's Hospital because they saved my cousin's life. I was very grateful for the work that they had done, and I wanted to give them money, but I couldn't. Because at that time, I couldn't afford it. I couldn't even pay my bills. I was struggling to put food on the table. You see, a lot of people say that they want to help other people, but the truth is they don't. They don't really want to help. Because how the hell can you help others if you don't first help yourself? It's the old airplane oxygen metaphor. You must first put on your own oxygen mask before helping others put theirs on. You have to save yourself first before you try to save the world. Then you can help whomever you want. The best way to help the poor is not to become one of them. When you're constantly thinking about money, you're consumed by it. You focus on surviving, just paying the bills. A starving person can't think of anything beyond the growling in his belly. It's tough to be generous when you're broke. It's tough to think about other people's needs when your utilities are about to be turned off. Some people say to me, Dan, you're so addicted, so obsessed with making money. All you care about is money. That's not true. I do think money is extremely important. But what I care about isn't money. What I care about is freedom. Money gives you freedom to make choices. I'm very clear about what I want and what I don't want in life. And what I want is the freedom to buy whatever I want, eat whatever I want, and go wherever I want, and freedom costs money, my friend. With FU money, I'm talking about living life to the fullest, about having it all. If you don't know your FU money amount, you're flying through life blindly. You're working day in and day out, thinking, wouldn't it be nice if I had a different life? yet never bothering to put a plan together to actually achieve the life that you want. And before you know it, life is over. I'm not suggesting for 1 second that you spend the rest of your life in the pursuit of FU money. In fact, I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying get this money thing out of the way now so that you can live the life that you truly want to live. So you're not forced to put your life on hold because you're always thinking that you don't have the money. I used to think that when I made my FU money, I would start pursuing my dreams, and one of the dreams was to learn how to fly a plane. For years, I wanted to do that, and I would say to myself, when I have my FU money, I'll learn to fly. But then I thought, why the hell wait? Why not do it now? Why not do what I love now? So I immediately signed up for some flying lessons and got my private pilot's license. And you know what? It's absolutely wonderful. And what I found is this. Doing so didn't negatively affect my pursuit of FU money at all. If anything, it had the opposite effect. It got me there faster because I was recharged and revitalized like never before. So spending the money on flying lessons, even though I didn't have a lot of money at the time, allowed me to experience the thrill of doing something I always wanted to do. It turned out to be the catalyst I needed to kick me into high gear pursuing my FU money. Once I had tasted the freedom of living the FU money lifestyle, I became unstoppable. FU money assignments. Take a minute to answer these questions. Number 1, what does FU money mean to you? Number 2, what does your life look like once you have your FU money? Number 3, how does it feel when you have made your FU money? For example, peace of mind, stress-free, joy, etc., etc. Chapter 2. How to live like a Hollywood movie star even if you're not famous. Imagine living like a Hollywood movie star. What house would you live in? What car would you drive? Or would you have a chauffeur drive you? Where would you take your next holiday? What are your wildest dreams? Think about it. You see, we don't actually want more money. What we want is the freedom that money can buy. In this chapter, I'm going to talk about how you can live like a rock star, even if you're not famous. Hell, you can do it without even being a millionaire. The trick is to know the difference between what's supposed to bring you pleasure and what actually brings you pleasure. It's about what you really want, not the ideas the media has sold you on what you should want. Let me give you a quick example. A friend of mine who's a very successful entrepreneur owns 8 sports cars, 2 Ferraris, 1 Aston Martin, 2 Porsches, 1 Mercedes, a Dodge Viper, and a motorcycle to boot. Now, so of course, he had to build a garage just to fit all his toys. The thing is, he's so busy that most of his toys have less than 3,000 miles on them. I'm not kidding. It's ridiculous. To make matters worse, all he can talk about is the next car he's going to buy. He's working harder and harder just to buy more toys that he won't use. Shh, think about it. Now, don't get me wrong, I like cars. I have a sports car and a luxury car, and that's all I need. Besides, since I work from home, I don't really drive that much anyway. But when I do go out, it's mostly for fun. It's funny, as much as I enjoy cruising around town in my sport car, I probably get more satisfaction and fulfillment from having a good conversation with a friend. One costs money and one is free. But again, this is just me. Now, you may be tempted to think, well, Dan, if you prefer free stuff like having good conversations with a friend, then why do you need all that money? Well, good question. The answer is this. It's the money that affords me the opportunity to have those conversations whenever, wherever, and however often, or for as long as I choose. Most people are obligated to fill their days by working 9 to 5, 5 to 6 days a week for someone else. To have a good conversation with a friend, they're forced to do it on evenings or on weekends, or risk doing it during business hours and getting caught by the boss. I don't have to put up with any of that bullshit. I can call a friend anytime during any given week and say, hey, how about we do lunch tomorrow? And then go hang out at the beach for a while, or throw a party, or jet skiing, or maybe fly plane. Whatever. That's freedom. Since I've made my FU money, I don't answer to anyone. I am the boss. That's the difference. I figure what exactly it is that brings me the greatest pleasure, and then determine how much pleasure it offers, and what am I willing to pay for it. It all goes back to understanding what makes you tick. I've discovered that when you've made your FU money, you can spend most of your time paying attention to things that bring you the greatest pleasure, like reading a book, traveling, or having a good conversation with a friend. Plus, you can afford to pay almost any price for anything. However, after a certain price point, you're just paying for prestige rather than quality anyway. You can live very well, enjoy all the luxuries you can ever imagine, and still have so much money left over that you don't know what to do with it all. The best things in life are affordable. Quality is never cheap. But if you buy quality items selectively and use with care, you can enjoy a life as materially rich as a Hollywood movie star. Have you ever really sat down and thought about what you would do with the money once you make your FU money? To reach your goals, you have to know what your goals are in the first place. You need to have what I call FU money targets, or FUMTs. Here's an example of what your FUMTs might look like. Number 1, getting a Mercedes. Number 2, quitting your job. Number 3, buying a vacation home. Number 4, 1 month vacation to Europe. Number 5, paying off your mortgage. Whatever the target might be, first you must calculate what kind of money it takes to hit it. You don't just think, well, I want to make millions of dollars, hopefully. Don't be vague. Calculate how much money you're really talking about, and then I'll show you a way to get there faster than you ever thought possible.
Are you ready to take your hustle to the next level, but experiencing a plateau in your journey to success? Are you an entrepreneur at heart, to the point that giving up is not an option? Ready to work for yourself and benefit 100% for your time and energy? Then think like an entrepreneur. Allow your sweat to be your equity. Home in on your talent and build your brand. Capitalize on what sets you apart from the competition. Learn the different legal entities and how to choose which is right for you. Book a free consultation today. Call 844-383-4199. Ask about our accounting services. Establish corporate credit in 12 steps. Learn to make purchases using business credit without signing a personal guarantee. Employee-employer dynamics, organizational skills, finding self-motivation and inspiration. Order How to Turn a Hustle into a Business today. Available now on Amazon.com. Click the link below.